Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video we're going to be comparing a 2021 Ford F-150 Tremor to a 2021 Ford F-150 with the FX4 package to determine if it's really worth spending the extra money for the Tremor. First and foremost though, a huge shout out and thank you to the Larry Miller Ford Lincoln here in Provo for giving me some time with the FX4 and with the Tremor. Check out the inventory link below. Let's get into the video. Now let's pop under the hoods of both of the trucks. Starting over here with the FX4, we have a twin-turbo 3.5 liter V6 that goes through a 10-speed automatic transmission. Fuel economy 17 around town, 23 on the highway, with power outputs being 400 horsepower and 500 pound-feet of torque. And then this one has a 3.55 rear end. That'll be important in a second. Popping over here to the Tremor, again we have a twin-turbo 3.5 liter V6, 10-speed automatic transmission, 400 horsepower, 500 pound-feet of torque, 3.73 rear end, fuel economy 16 around town and then 20 on the highway. So if you guys are wanting the fuel economy difference, mostly because of the rear end, also because of tires, but yeah, under the hood of the Tremor and the FX4. Now let's go over the front ends of both of the trucks, starting over here with the FX4 package truck. Notice that we've got just the standard F-150 hood, and then coming down below we do have the LED accent lights with the reflector LED lights, and then we've got Ford's darker grille with the Ford logo in the center, and then there's a camera just below that logo. Parking sensors all along the front with the fog lights. We do have the tow hooks, and then notice the air dam right here. That is very important. It's kind of hard to see because of sunlight, but notice how big that air dam is. Now popping over here to the Tremor, notice that we've got the cool venting there on the hood from an aesthetic perspective. Same exact headlight setup, except notice that the lights are darker on the Tremor. Notice that the grille is also dark. And then everyone was telling me that this is actually technically orange. In person, it looks gold. Like, look at one of these in person and it looks like bronzish gold. But anyways, darker Ford logo. We've got the camera there on the front. We've got parking sensors along the front. Now we've got the fog lights. We've got a skid plate instead of that obnoxious air dam. And so yeah, a little bit different there. And then obviously the tow hooks. So there's a lot of similarities, but then there's also some key differences with the front ends, and that's all. Now let's go over this tire and wheel setup. So over here on the FX4, we've got two 75mm tires wrapped around 20-inch wheels. And then over here on the Tremor, we've got two 75mm tires wrapped around 18-inch wheels. So a little bit different setup. And here's a look at the tires themselves. You can see the Tremor has a lot more sidewall, obviously, and then a much more aggressive tire, so kind of more set for the off-road. Now the shocks is where there's another big difference. So we have monotube shocks here in the front with the Tremor, and then we got to walk all the way over to the back. We've got twin tube shocks in the rear. We have off-road tuned shocks here for the FX4, so not nearly as advanced. And I'm sure that you guys are wondering, what is that actually going to change? Basically what you're going to feel is both of these trucks are going to ride very similar on road. The Tremor is going to be slightly smoother, ever so slightly smoother. But the biggest difference is when you go off-road, this is going to absorb things just a little bit better compared to the FX4. Now aside from that, we've got the off-road side steps on the Tremor, and then we've got the regular side steps here on the FX4. Notice that we have this venting, but just a little bit different. Different mirrors. This one has the trailer tow mirrors. And then we've got the Tremor sticker, the FX4 sticker. That's all. Keys are identical. Wow. Now let's first go over payload. 1,756 pounds, 1,681 pounds. So the FX4 has a little bit of a higher payload capacity. Aside from that, you guys will notice that they both have the bed steps, and well, pretty much everything here in the rear is identical, except obviously different colors. But yeah, all the same features, but there is a little bit of a payload difference between both of them. Going over things here in the rear, notice with the Tremor, we've got the darker logo, Tremor badge, dual outlet exhaust with the dual recovery hooks down below, parking sensors along the back. Towing capacity is about just under 11,000 pounds. Same thing over here with the FX4. Notice the exhaust tip sticks out the side, parking sensors right there. So similar, but then also different. Also taillights, those are the same. Now let's pop inside both of the trucks. We're going to start over here with the Tremor. So notice we've got this nice leather padding here with the contrasted stitching and the cool trim just up above. Got the window control right there with our cup holder. And then here are the seats. So it's a mix between like the leather on the outside, and then you've got this really cool cloth design there in the center. Kind of gives you those like military type vibes. And then you guys can see the charging area here, and then you can pull up the seat just like any other F-150, but so you. Now opening up the regular F-150, padding, nice material, just up above, cup holder, all that fun stuff. That's cool. Seats though, not as cool looking. They're just regular cloth seats. This is all the same though. So you got that, and well, oh, I missed. So you. Now let's jump here into the Tremor. So notice that we've got the nice material right here and then the soft touch down below. Got the window controls right there with the mirror adjustments. The mirrors do have blind spot monitoring. And here are the front seats, which say Tremor on them. Look really nice with the leather bolstering, and then you've got the adjustments there on the seat. You guys can see the pedals, light controls. This has adjustable pedals. You've got the lights outside either mirror, and then we've got the tailgate drop down. And we'll start her up. Look at that animation. Pretty cool. Now, notice with the steering wheel, we got that contrasted stitching on the inside of the steering wheel. You've got all of your either controls over here. We'll mostly focus on the differences once we pop over the FX4. So just kind of like take note of everything you guys are seeing here. And then here is the gauge clusters. You've got the analog gauges mixed with that screen there in the center that you can scroll through. There's a couple of different menus, and then we've got some different drive modes. So notice we got our normal, slippery, deep snow, sand, mud ruts, rock crawl, and then on the other side, tow haul, eco, and then sport for the different drive modes. And then here at the top, notice that we've got the auto stop start. This is for the camera, the parking sensors. That's for the hazard light stability control. That's like your off-road cruise control. Got the full 12-inch display. And as for the camera system, this has like the full 360 view, so you can literally see out of every single angle of the truck. Like, yeah, everything's covered from a camera perspective here with this truck. Popping back into park with the 12-inch display, response time is great on it. Again, not going to spend too much time because we're mostly focusing on the differences with the trucks. And then you guys can see we've got the Pro Trailer Assist right here with the trailer brake controls down below. We've got the drive mode select for the drive line select right there, no four-wheel auto. Dual zone climate, all of our analog radio controls right here. We've got this storage area. Shifter with a nice leather, and again the contrasted stitching. The shifter does fold down. You've got that manual mode for that 10-speed automatic. You've got the nice gray trim here on the side. More of that contrasted stitching for the center console. And then we've got the dual glove box situation right here. Nice materials there on the top, then also on the outside the glove box looks great. And then you guys can see we do have a power sliding window here at the top. And then it's kind of hard to see, but we've got the auxiliary switches right here. They're also part of that Tremor package. And then also we have a locker in the rear. That's also important. But yeah, that's the Tremor. Let's head over to the FX4. Now popping to the front door panel here for the FX4, notice again just a little bit different with the styling, but similar material use. And then this one again has the bigger mirrors. They still have blind spot monitoring. Again, full cloth seats versus the leather bolstering you get there in the Tremor, but everything else is identical. So not gonna really focus on that too much. And we'll start her up. Oh, I didn't press it all the way. My bad, but you guys kind of saw the startup animation. Now, everything with the steering wheel, pretty much the same, except obviously the design's a little bit different with the stitching and all that fun stuff. Gauge cluster view is identical. And then if we go into the drive modes, this is where we have another difference. So notice we have slippery, deep snow, mud ruts, rock crawl, and normal, tow haul, eco, sport. Just kidding. It's all the same. I tried to get you guys, but probably didn't fool anyone. But yeah, other than that, gauge cluster is identical. And then this stuff up here, you guys can see, you got the hill descent control right up there. But yeah, that is pretty much all, well, yeah, pretty much all the same. And then notice here with the 12-inch display, still have the same camera system with all of those different viewpoints. So that is not different at all. Still have the Pro Trailer Assist, still have the locker in the rear with the driveline select. I mean, you guys can see everything, just like there's some difference in the styling and everything, but everything's pretty much the same. And then opening that up, you can see up top here, still have a sunglass holder, no auxiliary switches, still have a power sliding window. But yeah, lots of similarities, a few differences, but mostly the same. Now let's get into pricing before we pick a winner. $60,000 MSRP roughly, $59,000 MSRP. So they're pretty much the same price. Now let's pick a winner for today's video, and that is going to be the new 2021 F-150 Tremor. The pricing is almost the same. It's like $1,000 price difference, and you're getting pretty much the same equipment, except you got more unique styling over here. You have more off-road capability, and so yeah, between the styling and the added capability you get with the Tremor package, I think it's worth it, especially considering the fact that they're almost the same amount of money when you load them up pretty similar. And so yeah, the Tremor wins. I want you guys to let me know which one you'd prefer in the comment section below. Now that's going to sum things up for a comparison between this Tremor and this FX4. Again, a huge shout out and thank you to the Larry Miller Ford Lincoln here in Provo for giving me some time with both the trucks. Check out the inventory link below. I'll see all of you in the next video.